In this video demonstration, I'm going to show you how to make a card using the brand new JND472 Lantern Village scenes. Now, this has been designed to work and coordinate with JND470, the tall lantern, but it also works perfectly well on its own. It gives you a beautiful scene. As you can see here on the packaging, you've got a village scene that goes up and down a hill, but they've also been designed to stack. So that's what we're going to do in this project. So moving the dies to one side, I've taken a piece of our essential card in coconut white, and I've just cut this to 5 by 5. Simple as that. And I'm going to take this die, which gives you the beautiful window, but also leaves you all this sort of stunning dot work all the way around it. And all I'm going to do is I'm using my mat and I'm choosing lines on it. So I'm choosing the line on the mat. So we're going to go down to sort of there. And I'm just using that line there, so I'm going an inch in. I'm going to tape that down, and I'm simply then going to run it through and die cut it. And I've got one here I've already cut, but what I've actually done as well is I've stamped the sentiment on from the Handy Sentiment set, and I've stamped them Happy Christmas on it. So now I'm working with the neutrals pack, and I'm working through all of the 4 shades in there. It just works so well for this. The coordinations packs are coordinating packs of canvas card with 4 colours in each one, so all the colour choice has been done for you. So all I'm going to do is take that, and again I'm going to stick to the line, and I'm going to take the first die, which is the oval. Now you can sit and try and match it up. There isn't a lot of point. It's really not worth it. What I've actually done is cut the card down to 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, so it's slightly smaller. And I'm going to show you at the end how we can trim it off. So I will add that first die to this beautiful neutral colour and die cut that. And that will give me this panel here. So you can see there, I could stop at that point. I'm going to match up the top and the side. And there I've got that little sort of neutral deer and trees showing through the little window. But we're going to take it on to the next colour. So I'm then going to take this sort of soft dove grey and take the next die in the set. And for this one, I'm going to use the house. So again, using that line, place it on. The card's cut a bit smaller. Simply tape that down and cut it. And that will give us this panel here, just like this. So you can see now when we start to match them up, I'm going to take my deer, matching it up on the top and the side. So now I have the little deer in front of the large house. And again, I can take the front piece, match that on. And so there I've got the window showing through. So we're going to move to the next colour card in the set, which is this more of a sort of charcoaly or sort of dirt slate grey. And again, do the same thing this time with the church. And I'm going to pop that on and die cut that, which gives me this colour here. And again, I could continue and use the next colour on, but all I'm going to do with that is just simply use the grey as the backdrop. So I could cut another layer, but I'm not. I'm just going to put that on as the backdrop. And I've cut this slightly wrong so I can show you that it doesn't actually matter. So normally I would foam mount, but for this, what works beautifully to make a simple, clean Christmas card or any occasion card, because you could simply change this to a happy birthday or anything, is I'm going to use a wet glue. So I need to be able to maneuver it. So using a wet glue works the best. So I go around the outside. I then go around the window and just put a little dot onto the actual piece of each sort of village or scene or town, and I'm simply going to stick that on, give it a good press, and don't worry, because I'm using the craft artist glue, it will dry clear and matte, so if any squeezes through, it's not an issue. We then take the next one, so that's the sort of dovish kind of grey, and again exactly the same thing, go all the way around the outside and follow in the middle and pop a little bit on the house. And again, I'm going to match this flat to that window. This is why we use a wet glue, because I can move that around until it's exactly right. So if you're looking through now, you can see that sort of cityscape. So great for a men's card. We could simply stop at that point. But I'm going to add the next layer on, which is the little deer. And again, a slight nod to sort of festive or Christmas, but doesn't have to be, can work all year round. A little bit on the deer in the tree. And I'm just going to match that one on. This is why we use wet glue, so that I can move it around. So you're seeing none of the previous colour through on these three sides. You're just seeing the scene. And then we're going to finish off with our top. So again, around the four sides. And then just around the window. And again, I'm going to match it up against these three sides. Just like that, so that you're not seeing anything but the actual pieces that have been cut, and it creates its own depth without you having to add any foam tape at all. As you can see here, a little bit of the grey is popping through, so all I do is bring in my guillotine, pop it back on the 5-inch measure, press down and run that through, and it will take off anything extra. So it's taken off small little bit. It's so hard to show. So if you want to, you can check all of the sides. I know that it's just that one, but again, put it to the 5. Yeah, not cutting anything off. And then all I've done is take a 6-inch card blank, and I've matted a little bit of that dark grey from the back and a little bit more coconut white, although this could go straight onto a 5-inch card blank as it stands. Perfect for sending your Christmas cards. How different will they look to everybody else's? And we just pop that on. Just get that nice and even. And you can see there, we've got that beautiful window where we're looking through to the scene just with the Happy Christmas, and would work for lots and lots of different occasions.